Hello and welcome to the Bold Black Girls Podcast. I'm Aries.
And I'm Kim.
Howdy doody, friend.
I know. Last week I was
Via
recording.
satellite.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's not. So today I was like almost pull one like, oh, it's Mother's Day. I'm gonna chill at the house.
I was gonna be cool with that too. I was like, she's probably gonna stay home because they
No,
might go out or do something or whatever.
we were not number one, we weren't going out.
Oh, okay.
I don't like going out on Mother's Day. Number two, I knew I needed to get these fabulous vacation pics to you.
Yes, ma'am. We got the hard drive ready to go. So I'm glad I'll get to post a couple of those this week.
Yeah. And I was like, I haven't seen my friends since the vacation.
Really? We haven't seen each other in person, huh?
Since the vacation.
That is true. I think. Wait.
We didn't, because that would have been a week. Was last week, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is week 2 post vacation.
I don't know what week it is, girl. I've been on a
Yeah. So tell me what's been going on. What's
well,
up?
this week we started back Marvin started back baseball practice. So there's a team that he's going to be joining this summer. It's a traveling baseball team. So the coach had reached out to his dad a while back, about getting Marvin out because he really didn't do anything all year. So he is super rusty. But it's funny because so they do practice right here by my house. So I told his dad, well, when I don't have meetings or whatever, I could bring him. And every day, like they have practice every single day. It's serious.
Yeah. This is a traveling. So is it like that AAIU?
So no, but this is like
select.
Yeah. So it's like they have practice. If you want to come up in here, you could come anytime, every day. They're having games, in the week and stuff like that. So he hadn't been out. So child, I brought him to practice the first Monday, and his dad had taken him like that Saturday to do some batting stuff. They went to the batting cages with the team and stuff like that. He was super rusty. He wasn't hitting them that well, but he hit a couple, but whatever, he's like, I expected. He haven't been out.
It's been a year.
Yeah. So then when I took him, they were doing a lot of like endurance. So he had them running and it was like 90 degrees that day.
So wait a minute. It was outside?
Outside. So yes. And so he came to the cart. LJ, he goes out and practices as well, just because he is straight. I need my energy burned, child.
Oh, yes, I learned.
So you learned that. So he goes and just so at one point I see LJ come sit in the car with me because I'm in the car. I'm like, it's 90 degrees outside. I'm about to sit out here. And I'm doing emails for work, and stuff like that. And LJ came. I said, what you want? What? Why are you coming in here? He was like, it's hot. I'm tired, right? So I was like, okay. And then about 15 minutes later, here comes Marvin. And he's walking like I'm 2 seconds away from passing out. Like he had that look on his face of drained, when the sun, like he really would have, like he was not nourished. Like
exactly.
He had that look. I was like, come in here. I put the AC on, I gave him some more water. He got better. I was like, it is real out here, huh? Like that first workout be a beast, when you ain't worked out.
A while, like a workout that's facilitated by someone other than mom
and he haven't been working out. Like he'll come play a little basketball in the back with LJ. Running and then doing the back and forth and all the like the stuff they have to do. I said, I already know what's wrong with you. It's hot and you out of shape, So we don't worry. Here we'll get you all better. You'll be back out here on Thursday, because they had a game on Tuesday. So he's not playing in the games yet. Like he's just doing practices right now.
Okay.
With this particular team, because he's going to be on a different team. So this is just to start getting him back ready.
Conditioned.
Yes. So that next day, and I could tell he was defeated, like kind of by it. And I hit the coach up. I was like, he's out of shape. We gonna, call it a day, but we'll be back. Right. So then that next day he gets on, he's like, I'm going to get on the treadmill today. He got on the treadmill. He ran on the treadmill the next day. Then he got on the treadmill. LJ gets on the Peloton. They're going together. I hear them in there. LJ's like, 20 more seconds, 15 more seconds, 10 more seconds. You got this. He is such a good motivator.
Oh,
like if you ever have LJ on your side, like he will motivate. Like, so I hear him in there and Marvin is going all fast. I hear the treadmill going. I said, y'all are too cute. So the next day, like they were working out. So even the day Thursday when we were going back to practice, they worked out together. So I sent a little video to their dad, like, look at this. He was like, oh, I see them out here. They real. They serious now.
That is good.
So he was, it's that competition can really motivate you when you see all these other kids that are doing it. And then you're like, I'm out here just looking
he
like.
recognizes there's an opportunity, right, for growth. And I
Mhm.
don't, and I'm competitive because I know your children are very competitive.
Yes. So, so I was
the shoulder brothers.
Exactly. I said, that is so cool. I mean, it was cool to watch them take that on themselves. It wasn't me saying, you need to do this and you need to do that. He knew. I said, well, when it's endurance, you have to continue you have to do it to get it. Like, it's just how it is, especially when it comes to the cardio stuff. So I just kind of gave them the education piece behind it. But then they took that, was like, is it okay if I get on the treadmill? Sure, go for it. We got treadmill, we got Peloton, what you need, go on it. And then it motivated me to get on my bike at one point.
Starters.
Yes, because then LJ says, you know how he does me. He's like, well, we both worked out. Are you working out today?
Well, then that's good.
I was like, well, heck, I guess I need to go do me a little 20-minute ride or something real quick. Right. So it did motivate, we all kind of got it together. So that was cool. That was our little adventure this week.
That was the highlight of the week.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was good to get them back out. Like, I want them to be around kids and stuff. So
I'm glad. I didn't even know that. I'm glad. I'm ready to come to a baseball game.
Yes.
Because there might be some single uncles there, honey.
Or fathers. Hey.
No, I don't want them.
You don't want them?
I want the uncles.
Oh, you want the uncles that don't?
Yeah. Fathers.
You're like, nah. If they got the kids, then you're like,
I want to be with the uncles where you it's optional to go to the game. Like, it's not a requirement or mandatory that I attend.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I like to be strategic.
Yeah, you gotta be strategic with it. Yeah.
In this season of life, I like single uncles. That's what's attractive to me.
Single uncles. Mm-hmm. That's a concept.
Is it?
Woo! So yes, anywho, that was our little excitement this week. What you been doing this week? We haven't talked. Like, me and Kim, y'all see us on the podcast seriously. Yeah. Like, we are really good friends. We'll text periodically, but sometimes it gets busy. And so like we won't talk. And it might be a, hey, see this article or something like that this week.
Yep.
But we don't catch up.
Next message. So I'm still trying to catch up from vacation and being out of the office.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been very busy at work, all while trying to work out and work off those Mexico pounds, right?
Because did you get a lot of Mexico pounds?
I didn't assess.
Okay, you didn't weigh. Okay.
I didn't weigh, but I can feel.
Yeah.
Right. And so I had already signed up for this Journey Fit is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of the facility. And I love working out there because the instructors, LJ would be a great.
I told him, I was like, that could be a little side thing as he gets older.
Yes.
And he could really do that.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I can go to different classes, but there's this one guy that I really love because let me tell you something. I think you already know this. What I love when I go work out and what I look for in an instructor is someone who can talk some mess and I can talk back.
Okay.
Right? So he'll talk stuff and we just go back. It's the banter.
Yeah, you need the banter back and forth.
Yes. And so Kiara works out with me too, which, she signed up. So.
And what time is this? Because I'm sure it's early in the morning.
It's not. Actually, I only go twice a week in the evenings.
Oh, okay.
Now, I do box every morning at 6 a.m. So that's different. But as I have gotten older, I realize I need that strength training.
You need the strength. Yeah.
And
that core, that lower back.
Girl. So it's a hit workout. And we do it Tuesday and Thursdays.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's good. It's a little mother-daughter. It's kind of like
bonding.
It is bonding. And it's like you don't realize the things that we have set in stone. Like how we started working out, you would bring your kids.
Yes.
Right. And sometimes Kiara would sit in the car because she aged out of childcare.
Mm-hmm.
And I made her wait on me. And so she said, I was always sitting there like, I want to work out too. Right. You don't realize what you're putting in your children by what you do.
Yeah. They're only going to go with what you put in front of them. Like if we weren't thinking about baseball or, their dad wasn't in contact with the coaches and all that stuff and keeping up with even caring about it, they would be on the computer all day, doing nothing. And I see that like with LJ, like he needs to
I saw that in Mexico. Like, gosh, this boy, we went on a whole adventure and he was still ready to go.
He's like, I'm not tired at all. I'll be like, you're going to be in shape as a man. And another thing that they do, so we're probably going to get a little bit more into this, but like I've been doing this detox program this week.
Which is why my next question was about your energy level, because before the vacation, you were having some challenges with your energy.
It's getting better. It's getting better. That's why I started this program, because I was like, I really just want to, I feel like my insides, I'm like, I visualize my body. I'm like, it's probably not together. Like I was eating pizza and, all kind of stuff. I'm like, I need to just get all that, flush all that out, get some antioxidants in there and get it all, so Queen Afua, I'm doing her 21-day detox program. And the cool thing I like about it is that like it's not necessarily like 21 days of fasting, or nothing like that. It's not like all juice, all that. Like you can still eat food and do it. There's different ways. Like while I'm doing it, I could choose to say, oh, I'm gonna take 3 days and I'm gonna do a liquid fast for 3 days out of this, or I'm gonna just, I can mix it up. So that's why it works for me.
So you're not depriving yourself.
Exactly. So it's just the quality of the foods that I'm eating, I'm being very intentional about
what you eat.
So it's like the organic, so it is, and honestly, it doesn't cost as much as you think to do it. You know what I mean?
If you put things into perspective, because I think we talk about this all the time. I'm bougie with my groceries, right? And my meat. I don't like meat from Walmart.
I don't eat. My meat has to be organic. Like I watched all the documentaries back in the day. When I remember I was 10 years old, I was like, I couldn't eat beef for like probably 10 years.
Wow.
Because I was like, what they do to that meat.
I want that good beef. I like good meat. Period.
Woo! I'm not a beef person.
I'm not either, but when I eat it, I want it to be
you
good.
want it to be right.
I want it to be
mad
that.
at you.
Yeah, grass fed.
Yes, grass fed, organics. Yeah, all that. So yeah, I'm organic all the way when it comes to the meat. Because I try to things that
it's different.
Because you can pick things that you're gonna eat, like your produce and your meat should be right. It's stuff there. Y'all do some research on what they're doing to these animals and stuff. Even the chicken and the egg, the trauma that they put them through, that comes into the food. Like the eggs and stuff. I'm like, I need mine cage free. I need them free range. I need them all to be able to explore. You see those chickens that they overweight, they're getting them all those
hormones
and stuff. They're fat. They're like getting them to get big quick so that they can give y'all them big old giant breasts.
See, and I'm not a big breast person.
So yeah, I sliced some breasts up this week and put it in the air fryer. Woo!
It was good.
The air fryer. So I've been sleeping on my air fryer.
Baby, that air fryer, let me tell you, it gets used probably 75% of the week.
I have not been using it, and so I'm like, it's on because it was so easy and it was quick.
Salmon is good in the air fryer. I have done jerk salmon. Yes,
you love some jerk.
I do. I feel a Jamaica trip coming.
I do too. That might be the one we do this summer. But yeah, so that's been what I like about this program is it's more than just food, and it's not about weight loss. It's about resetting your body, healing yourself and your body, like your insides. Like it's stuff happening that you don't realize is happening, and you could be contributing to issues, that you're like, oh, why do I have this pain? Well, probably because you're eating stuff that doesn't work.
Inflammation.
Yeah. So it's like certain foods. So I read through that book the other night that you bought me, that Thanks Alicia Woodall suggested for us. So while I'm in my bath. So one of the pieces of the program is baths. So the salt baths.
Soft bath.
Yeah. So I do the Dead Sea salt. It's expensive, by the way. But anyway, Dead Sea salt is fancy. It's from Whole Foods. It was costing a lot of money. But
I love it.
But I love my baths anyway. So I had that, and I used that time to just kind of educate myself. Yeah. And I'm reading through the books, and I'm screenshotting. I'm sending my mom I sent her a whole list of foods for her because it was anti-inflammatory and good for people who have rheumatoid arthritis, which is what she has. So I sent her that. She's like, "Oh my God, thank you." She's like, "I'm glad I got a child that reads books." You're such a student. That's what she always says. So yeah, so that kind of stuff, when I get that, that's my time to kind of just soak up all the different things and really and a playlist on Apple Music that I found called Sound Bath.
We'll put a link in the show notes.
Oh my God. I was like, I felt like I was in the spa, like getting a massage at the at the massage. You
Well,
know how
so
that
so
music.
let's get into that. And really, that's what our
Yes.
topic is of this particular episode. So May is mental health awareness month, right? And
Mm.
so it says mental health includes our emotional, physiological, and social well being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. So it kind of goes back to what you said.
Mm-hmm.
When what you eat, I have brain fog, and I noticed that certain foods
Yes.
can cause brain fog, right? And it says that mental health well being, it can also help determine how we handle stress,
Mm-hmm.
relate to others, and make choices. It said
Yes.
it's an important at every stage of life from your childhood, adolescence through adulthood.
I agree. I
And
agree.
I say everything connects, right? And so we're going to talk about mind, body, and spirit and
Yes.
how we practice that, right? And because I have noticed, like, as I've become older, my digestive system, there are certain
Yes.
things that I really cannot eat.
Like, you know what? That's the thing. Like, I hadn't really put points on types of food that do certain things to my body. Like, you'd be like, I can't eat that because it's gonna have me like this. And I'd be like, I never really paid attention to what
Oh, I pay
it's doing.
attention. Yes.
Unless it's like collard greens or something like that. You're
Really?
like, mm.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about like in the sense of like indigestion,
Yeah.
feeling heavy. I now realize I really can't eat barbecue.
I don't really like
I didn't
barbecue
either,
like
but I mean,
that.
I was only eating it maybe once every 6 months, but I ate it like 2 months ago and I was sick as a dog. And I was like, if
Mm,
something makes you sick, I just
you
eliminate
don't
it.
do it.
So I was like, no more barbecue.
Was it specific type?
I
Like
mean, it
what?
was, I don't really eat a lot of pork, so I did eat
Like
some,
ribs?
yeah, I had some rib tips. I thought my
What
body could
about like
handle it.
hot links and stuff?
Nope.
That's
Sausages.
usually all I have.
Sausages, I have a really hard time digestion. So I
Mm.
really am gonna like we're leveling up, right? These
Mm-hmm.
past couple of years. So we've gotten coaches. I'm actually gonna go see if I can get like a food allergy test
Mm-hmm.
so I can see, and also like with my blood type. So I'm looking at a different doctor, not leaving my Dr. Brown, but looking at someone
Yeah,
that's
we
gonna
live in Dr. Brown.
deep, right? Like, okay, so
Yeah.
this is your blood type, and here are some food allergies. These are some of the foods that you need to stay away from.
I like that. Like yeah, more in depth
Yeah, as you
analysis.
get older. So let's talk about mind, and then we'll go into body and spirit.
Girl, I got
So
therapy appointment tomorrow, child.
okay, so I had mine last Friday. And I realized Dr. Brown, shout out to our Dr.
Excuse
Chandra
me.
Brown.
Yes.
One of the things I really like about her is she always asks, how is your mental well being?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot say I've ever had a doctor that asked me that
She
prior to
asked you
her.
about your sex life as well.
She does. And I was like, non existent.
Well, we're good
I was
there.
like, I'm on a Daniel fast.
Forever.
And so, from my perspective, like when I think of mind, I think of mentally and emotionally. So, like you said, kind of going back to like therapy, I didn't realize the importance of therapy
Yeah.
for me to be a better person. And someone posted on Twitter, they said, hey, I didn't realize all the toxicity and trauma that I was going through at work, that I should have been in counseling. I should have had a career coach. I was like,
Listen, y'all, we need help. We
we
need help
do.
to walk through things, just period. So I feel like people make it super deep when it comes to like therapy and trauma and all that. This is literally a part of your wellness program, like your health. When you go get a checkup, when you go get your teeth cleaned every 6 months and all that, like all this should be a part of it. It's like just to have someone that you can kind of share your stuff with, and then they can help guide you into your thought process and why you're thinking this way and all that.
Yes.
Like that helps like so much.
And digging deeper to figure out why you respond the way you respond, and what have you taken from the lesson so that you don't repeat it over. You're better from
Yes.
it, right? Like identifying, like I will say, like therapy has helped me realize some triggers in people
Mhm.
and people that I do not get along with. I know certain characteristics and personalities. I just don't really have space for that.
I told
I
y'all
don't
about
have capacity.
Look, I told y'all about the one where I talked to her about when I feel like people aren't valuing me. Like if I get bad service or they do I'm like, oh, so you think I'm not worth giving good service to? Like that was my thought process, and so she helped me really think through that and kind of detach the personalization of that. It's like, no, they just give bad customer service. Like, it's not
Yes.
about you. Like, I would take it very personal when people would do, even in my personal life, just do certain things. I'm like, oh, so you think I'm one of them. You think I'm not
Right.
whatever. And it's like, no, they just suck. Like that's just them. It's them, And so yeah, that stuff, it can make you better.
Yeah. And then you realize too, sometimes it's them, but it also could be you.
Yeah.
Right. It's me and how I am
Interpreting.
receiving it. Exactly.
Yes.
That might not be their intention. And just realizing like you just have to level set with yourself. Like,
because it starts with self.
Yeah. Self-awareness.
Yeah, to even get to the point of having a therapist and for that process to work for you, you have to understand where you are and like your doubts about therapy, your whatever, like be honest with yourself about where you're at with it. That to me is, I can't get the best out of what I'm trying to do with therapy if I'm not giving it all, right? In those moments. Like it's like going to your doctor and not telling them stuff about what you've been doing when they ask you questions.
Yep.
And
then it show up in your lab.
Yeah, and they're like, well, you over here doing narcotics. No wonder your back hurt, or whatever. Right. And it's like you trying to hide. And it's like, but this is the person that's supposed to help you.
You have to be honest.
Yeah. So it's like you kind of gotta trust that person to release, to give that information to so that you can be better.
Right.
The
other thing I would say in terms of mindfulness or your mind, for me, like this weekend, I cleared a lot of clutter in terms of things that I was holding on to that I needed to let go and release. I wasn't even using these things, right?
Girl.
So I think I had a revelation while we were in Mexico, like freedom, like I want to be free. I cleared over 20 pairs of pants.
I'm on my way. I'm right behind you.
I took 2 luggage-fulls of clothes, 3 boxes, and some shoes. And when I tell you that was the most freeing thing I have done in so long, I was like, I let this go. And I felt like a lot of it was like connected to my past. And I was like, this is not even me. Like, I don't even like these pants.
I'm about to get rid of all my stuff.
I'm feeling like 50%.
And just start over.
Yes, that's where I'm at in this space of my life. Is like, I can't move forward with having these past things that are attached to clothing or just even belongings.
Clutter makes me sick. Like in this room right now, it is too much going on in this room that we're in right now, because this is kind of my catch-all, type of thing.
Right.
And it's literally this stuff is in my mind all the time. Yes. I was in the bathtub and I'm thinking about this room. Like I was sitting there like, I got to clear this clutter. I need to do this. Like, these are things that I want to get rid of, like I'm going through it in my mind because it really does overwhelm me. Like there's times in the house, like our clothes were all over. So when we came back from vacation, half of the stuff was clean. Other half I need to wash, but everything that was out on my couches was clean, but it just hadn't been put away. And I was like, I just didn't have the energy, to do it. So my mom, she's like, do y'all need me over there? Like, she'll just she knows how my cycles are, right?
That's
like
good.
In my mind, when stuff gets crazy, I was like, we sure do. We got clothes everywhere. And she's like, I'll be over there tomorrow. So she comes over and like clears all that out. Like her and LJ, that was a part of his chore to get all that out of there. And it was like, whew.
You felt free.
I needed that.
The clutter creates anxiety.
It does.
And then doesn't like give you clarity.
Yeah.
And so I'm on that journey of like clearing, like, I'm not even wearing that. Like, when's the last time I wore that? Why do I have this piece of paper? I'm going to start scanning in things that I want, right? And using my hard drive. And I just realized it's like, I need a clear mind.
Yeah.
What Brene Brown say, clear is kind. And I want to be kind to my mind.
Me too. It's a fruit of the spirit. Kind is a fruit of the spirit. So clear must be a fruit of the spirit as well.
Love it. So anything else you could think of in terms of mind?
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that literally, and something that's very simple that we all can do is, and this helps me with my mind. It's like when I know I'm in a certain space and somebody calls my phone, I decline.
I love it.
Decline, because and not forever, just until you're in a better space. Like sometimes I just won't answer the phone. I'll be like, either because I don't want their energy that I know that they bring. I'm not ready for it. I'm not in the space for it. Or I don't want to give them my energy at that moment. Like, you know what? I'll call them later because I ain't in the mindset for that, whatever. So yeah, I mean, for me, that has been helping me a lot, and there's no guilt.
Same, because I'll be honest with you, like this past season of the pandemic has put me into a season of solitude.
Yes.
And I enjoy my solitude. And sometimes I'm meditating, I might be resting, I might be reading my Bible plans. I'm enjoying the solitude. And that has been good for my mind.
Yeah. I don't see, like, I got friends that, and I've been out a few times, and I like socializing. I'm a social person. I'm an extrovert, but I also like my time. So I'm very good with balance when it comes to that. Like, I might go out 2 weekends in a row, and then there'll be 3-4 weekends that I'll be at home because I'll be like, I'm still catching up from that, whatever. So I'm good with kind of, because there'll be times I'll be like, I'm feeling froggy. Where y'all at? What's going on? Right? Yeah. So yeah, you just gotta know when you're in what space. And I learned that through the pandemic is about like listening to my body and what it's saying to me. Sometimes it's saying, lots of times it's saying rest, and then not feeling guilt about it, just allowing myself to be. So yeah.
I love it, which goes into body.
Yes.
So let's talk about body.
Bodyoddyoddy.
You talked about resting and listening to your body. I think from my perspective, I definitely listen to my body. I think we were chatting on Friday night, and I was like, my eyes are heavy.
I'm like, go to bed.
And it was 8:00. It was early.
Right. She always going to bed early.
I do, because I rise early. So
I don't.
I believe in getting sleep and good rest, because I can't function without good sleep.
See, I'm like, you be getting up and I'll be going to bed. I don't go to bed till like 2.
Ridiculous.
1 something 2 usually. I don't want to do that, but sometimes it's like at 9 or 10, all my ideas come back. And I'll be like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I'm on my computer. Like, that's when my wheels start turning. So then I'm like, I can't go to sleep because I'm on a roll. Right. Yeah. But yeah.
I'm more of a 4 a.m., 5 o'clock. That's when mine come in, and I'm really like, oh, I can produce my best presentations between 4 and 8, 9 a.m.
I'm in REM sleep. I am in dreamland. Okay. Like at 4, please.
I had someone text me like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. I was like, yeah, I go to bed early. So if you need anything, it won't get done to the next business day.
That's hilarious.
Because I'm like already on the way to La La Land.
While we were on vacation though, I was up multiple times in the night. Like I'll be up at 1, I was going to bed early. I was getting up. I was up at 4. Like we were up at the same time on vacation. I don't know what it is. Your body like knows that you're not at home or something.
Yes.
But yeah, like, and that's something that I'm trying to, like I said, with this whole detox thing, is I feel like this is something that I can keep going like multiple times, because it's not bad to where you're like, everything is just gross the whole time. I don't like those kind of things. I was worried that it was going to be like that because I'm looking at everything and I'm like, it's going to be nasty.
But it was good.
But it's not nasty. So I was like, I could do this. Like I could totally keep this up, So I want to start getting back in touch with my body, and it is summertime about to come up. So I mean, I need the stomach to get back flat, so I'm gonna put a summer dress on and be cute out here. You know what I mean? So not hot girl summer,
a warm girl,
warm girl summer. Yeah, lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
But no, so just kind of getting back in touch with that, because I did feel like why I did not have energy had a lot to do with my body, like what I'm putting in it, all that. So I'm just being more aware of that. It's not so much that I'm like, I need to lose 20 pounds, or whatever, though I do need to lose 20 pounds.
We both.
But that is not my focus. I feel like it's going to come if I'm doing the right things.
Just do the right things in terms of, and we talk about this all the time, it's like, you got to nourish and nurture your body. And that's really what you're doing as part of the detox.
Yeah.
We talk about, again, groceries. I'm a Whole Foods chick. I think we've talked about this, and I shared organic food.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference, and it tastes different.
It does.
Right? I have pivoted over to organic lettuce from Whole Foods, and my salads taste totally different.
Listen, I told you about that broccoli that I bought, and Marvin loves broccoli. So that's nothing for him. But I steamed some broccoli from Whole Foods. That was, first of all, Whole Foods, y'all want to sponsor us?
Really?
I I steamed some broccoli for me and Marvin because I know I'm like LJ ain't about to eat it because he don't like broccoli. So then he's like, give me one of those so I could just say like I'm doing something, right? That's what he said. So I gave one. He was like, this broccoli good. Let me get some more of that. Right.
See?
So I said, oh, let me buy some more of this. If LJ eating it, it was really good though. Like it was very
You have to
good.
send me a picture and
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. It's literally the 365 brand.
And that 365
Organic.
brand is not as expensive as people think.
It's not.
I find myself in Whole Foods every Sunday.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I do it online with Amazon Prime.
Well, I want to go pick out my lettuce.
I feel you, but no, I don't get the fresh. I don't get it. I get it in the
frozen
in the container. It's organic, but it's already in a
okay. I'll have to try
pre-wash
it.
thing. But no, this broccoli it's the 365 brand, so it's just where you can poke a couple holes. You can steam it in the microwave, or you can open it and do whatever you want to do with it, however you want.
Okay, I'll have to try that. Yeah,
it was good.
When I tell you, I love me some Whole Foods. I mean, even my croutons were from Whole Foods.
Sprouts, Trader Joe's. I mean, those are two other stores that I
those are my three staple stores that I am. Now, there's this dressing that we both love.
Ooh, well, I just found out about it like last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I told you I was on there just looking for different things that I could buy to eat while I'm doing this, right? I was like, I like salads a lot. So let me see. Oh, this is the organic salad, organic chicken, organic everything in here. Dairy-free dressing.
Yes.
Cool. So I did
tell
that.
The people. Tell the people.
What is it called?
Tessa May.
Tessa May. I said, is that a black woman? Tessa May. You done made that dressing down. But anyway, so that it was included in the salad, pre-made salad that I bought. And so I was like, So then I looked that up and then I bought some. And then you said, girl, I didn't use Tessa May's. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know about her.
I cook with it. Like you can use it as a marinade. So I like the lemon pepper and the lemon garlic. I mix it and I put some fresh squeezed lemon juice after I season it and I put it in the air fryer.
Oh, I'm about to get some of that. That lemon garlic sounds delicious.
It is amazing, but don't go to Whole Foods and get it.
Yeah. The cheaper,
right?
The cheaper. Yeah,
so I just feel like I have been more in tune with nourishing my body and being intentional about what I put in my body.
Yeah, I have been acting up, y'all. I seriously was just like going to Little Caesars and getting pizza. But see, like fast food for us,
the boys,
it would be like Chick-fil-A and Chipotle, which I feel like as fast food goes, that's going to be your top of the tops anyways,
exactly.
Right? So at least, I know Chick-fil-A, they're conscious about where they get their food and stuff like that. So like, it's not like bad.
Yeah, but the Little Caesars, I'm going to need you.
Little Caesars is just like, okay, let me hurry up and grab some real quick. Yeah, exactly. Hot and ready. Yeah. And then I'll be like, let me get some. Or sometimes they'll come home from their dad and he went and bought them one and they're coming in the house with a whole pizza, right? Like just to have something to eat. And I'll be like, give me a slice. Let me get a slice of that.
Well, maybe you can make your own.
Well, now that I'm thinking, like, I'm not going to just
you're not
do that, I know what I'm trying to do. I know what my goals are. So if I'm focused on that, I will be making better choices, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make better choices, y'all.
And the last two components of I want to say about the body, physical, right?
Yes.
So ensuring you make time for exercise. Yeah. So you have this Peloton, and before the vacation, you were struggling.
I wasn't. That thing was dusty. I hadn't touched it for some weeks, and then I got back on last week. And then today I did a 20-minute ride. I did a 10-minute bar class, which was good because I was like, I need some strength training so she get that core and thighs. That's my main concerns
because I'm trying to have legs like old girl from SWV because I want some of those shorts.
Taj was hitting it with the legs. We didn't even talk about that. We'll talk about that later. But I was like, my thighs. I got thighs. Okay, I'm thick thighs save lives over here. So I need to firm those up. I don't wear shorts really like that because I don't. It's like they be rubbing together and things. You gotta. God, start a fire out here. So we ain't trying to do that. So I'm like,
people might.
I have to focus on strengthening them. So squats are in my family. I need lunges are a part of my routine.
You should come join me one day at Journey Fit.
See, that sounds like just too much for me now.
I think it might be, but
no, I'm not ready. I barely made it through the 10-minute bar. Okay, I was like, oh Lord, I ain't done it. So I got the warm up. Let me do like Marvin. I need to get my endurance up. So I'm doing these little short.
I will be waiting for you to come do your free class
I'm doing these short classes to do
to
that.
build your endurance.
Now, one thing I want to add in that Queen Afua is very big on, because this is really about cleansing, like getting that colon cleaned out and everything as well. And it's not one of those detoxes where it's like you just on the toilet all day. It's not like that at all. But she encourages you to take enemas, which I know that sounds like TMI on here, but I'm just educating y'all. Okay, like I'm just saying, because it's a process. I'm not gonna get into the details, but y'all just look her up on YouTube. It would be a great thing to have her on the podcast to talk through it. But I'm like, it makes a difference. I'll just put it like that. Just look it up, look her up on YouTube, and her philosophy around that, like really how much impacted waste we have in our bodies that just sits and ferments, and it really does affect how you feel. It affects how you feel. It affects how your body looks. How, they say people can have up to 20 pounds of impacted waste in their body.
I believe it. I believe I have some.
So she's like, you need to be going to the bathroom 3 times a day. And if you are not,
then you
are full of you full of it. So yeah. Anyway,
I love
educate yourself on it.
And then also, like, with that diet, you're getting natural vitamins, right? Because we take vitamins, our D3s, B12, whatever additional vitamins that we're taking, right? But you're also getting those vitamins naturally from the food.
Yeah, and she has this powder called Green Life, and it has all that. It's deep green, like all that chlorophyll. I don't even know all the names of all the stuff, but it tastes really good, actually. Like I always think everything is gonna taste nasty. Like I really feel like everything is gonna taste nasty, especially when you're talking about like
something healthy.
Yeah, I'm like getting ready. And I was like, the boys, they right with me. So that's one thing I was gonna say. Your kids do pay attention to what you're doing. And as I've been doing, I'm like, y'all know I'm over here doing this, so they'll be like, what is this? Marvin, if he finds out that something is good for you, he'd be like, well, I want some. It's good for you. I want some.
Right.
Let me taste it. I put my green stuff. I'm like, nah, this gonna be nasty. And they be like, let me see it. They're like, were you drinking it? Well, it must not be nasty, So like they watch everything. And so they're like, oh, I want some of that. So I made them some fresh juice the other day. Grapefruit and orange juice, she was saying, helps with mucus. Like if you have that, because I have a reflux that affects me, like with my voice when it used to really, y'all go back to the old episodes, y'all be hearing raspy areas. Now I'll be like, so
sisters with voices
and so but it causes a lot of mucus and stuff like that. So like in the mornings, I drink a lot of water. I do a lot of different things just to make sure that I clear that up. So she recommended like organic grapefruit and orange juice, fresh squeezed, and that really helps. It helps a lot. So I was like, oh, I need even citrus juices. Citrus helps break up mucus, basically. So it's a lot of little good things in there that we don't know that we could be using food to help us heal ourselves, and stuff. So I'm like, I really want to learn more about this and get more in touch. Not to say that like, okay, I might not go to brunch and do different things like at some point, but like now when it's in your mind, you're like,
you're more conscious.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if I want that, you know, or whatever. So just to know what you're doing, know what you're putting in your body. So
okay.
Yes.
And then the last body part.
Bodyoddyoddy.
You talked about baths, but also massages and body scrubs.
Oh my God.
And facials. Okay. So like really body, when I mean touch.
Yes.
So while we were in
Deep
Mexico,
tissue, get in the muscles, rub them. I wanted to almost hurt. I'd be like, go ahead, go, get in there.
So we went to Mexico. We did a spa services. We initially were going to get a massage, just massage only. So in the back of my head, I knew I wanted a body scrub. I was like, look, I want to need somebody to touch this Bodyoddy.
I hadn't even thought of it.
I had, because I love a good body scrub, because I feel like the body scrub, it gets rid of the dead skin.
It does.
I went one day to get a body scrub. I came up out of there looking like Michael Jackson.
Shiny.
A whole different color.
Light skinned did it.
Yes. And so I make it a point at least once a year to get a body scrub.
Was she trying to so when we went to go get the massage, we had got a coupon. We had got a free thing, right?
We negotiated.
Yeah. And then we upgraded it for longer and we wanted the body scrub to add it on. So she did all that. So when she's getting done, oh my God. So they had us go into the shower. It
This
was
was
just
the
a great.
next day.
This was no.
Oh.
With the body scrub, remember she rubbed all that, and then they put you in the shower and they give you the
Yes.
little stuff to put on and everything. It just smells so good up in there. And then when she was doing the massage, I can tell, some of people get scalp massages. And I'm like, black folks we don't really want you all up in our scalp like that.
Right.
Okay, let me just educate y'all just so y'all know. Because I always notice like
Yep.
when I go to get a massage, I know they usually do that. And I'm like, you can't be all up in these. I don't need you messing my braids up.
Right.
Okay. So like I'm like, just leave that part
let
alone.
let that go.
We're good. You just skip that. Add that to my feet.
Or my back.
Exactly. But yeah, so we did that, and that was the whole experience. Like it felt good. I was like, yes, we great. We go to the beach right afterward and lay out there and act like we just living our best life. And then
we didn't act, we were
living our best life. And then the next day, I'm thinking, okay, hydrotherapy. They're like, we have this hydrotherapy thing. It's included. It's free. Cool. We'll do it the next day. So we made that a whole nother experience, but I didn't know it was going to be like that. Like it was a whole nother body scrub situation. It was sauna, hot tub. They did the facial on us and everything. We had mimosas. I was like, I could live like this for the rest of my life. I'm like, I need my man to know that this is how I'm out here living. Okay.
I value. And that was just like, you don't realize how your body needs touch, especially single women. Yeah. If you are not being touched, go get a massage because you need that touch.
Yeah, it's healing.
It is.
They said with kids who don't get touched when they're in the NICU and kids that don't have their can't go home to their parents, they need to be touched every single day. It's a part that helps you grow. Like it can stunt your growth if you're not being touched by a human on a regular basis.
Wow.
Yeah. So I agree. I'm with you on that.
Well, let's go on to this last one, which I know is a favorite of ours. And we're going to talk about spirit, right?
Yes. Hallelujah.
We all believe in some higher being, right?
Yeah.
And for us, or for us both, I think it's important that we spend time spend time with God and connect with him.
Yes.
I feel like everything connects.
You were created.
Yes.
And there is a creator. Like, I was talking to my boys about this because I really like them to think through things. And, sometimes we can I know at least for Christianity, I don't know a lot about other religions, how they teach it to kids and stuff like that. It's kind of like, this is what you need to believe, right? And I don't talk to my kids. I said, this is what I believe. This is what I feel is. And there's also other things. Like I've presented them other things. Not like I'm saying this is how you do it, but I'm like, there's some people who are this, there's some that are that. This is what one I connect the most with that I feel most passionate about. And I feel like, these are the reasons why. So I share with them that. And I tell them, scientists have said, or people who believe, don't think that God exists, they say that this is what happened. And I'm like, to me, it just don't match up to what I feel, right? It doesn't connect with me because the universe is so big. It's so much that only a God could have created the bang, right? The eyelashes, the hair inside your nostrils. Like it's too many things that are so intricate that, even
your custom fingerprint,
like all the things and the way you think, the way you feel, the way you reason, like all these things, to me. And so for me, my journey in life is to get back to the place that connect with my creator in a way that we are in tune and I'm right in lockstep with what he had planned in his design for me. There is a reason he made each of us. And you want to tie into that plan. I feel like sometimes we just out here. We just living. You're just living. You're just waking up, paying bills, and going back to sleep. Like that is not it. Like I am trying to be in tune.
Yes.
With what are you saying?
For more.
And you have to clear the clutter in order, which is all that. What did Pastor Darius called it? He called it. Oh my God, it is a word. Oh my God, I'm about to find it before we get off of here. But something that he called it when that clutter of all the people, the internet, all the things that
distractions,
psychological warfare.
Oh, yes.
Okay. That is going on all day to make you be like, I'm not good enough. Yes. I'm not pretty enough. My butt ain't big enough. My, stomach ain't flat enough, or whatever it is that makes you feel like you're not worth whatever. And once we get to that place, I feel like the closer you get to God, the more you are accepting of yourself. And you got to be accepting of yourself to walk in this world with confidence. And so that when someone comes, what did he say today? Some people who have low values don't value high values.
That amen.
Right. So you
I
think
said, is Kevin Samuels listening to this?
I know, like he did. I was like, because I may have a certain I've had people tell me like, oh, you're too because I asked this one guy who was saying he liked me or whatever, was trying to ask me, saying he liked me, trying to ask me, to go out or whatever. And I was like, you need to tell me in advance because like I got stuff going on, or whatever. And it wasn't even on some like bougie stuff. It's like I'm a grown woman with a job and kids. I got to put that on the calendar.
Exactly.
He was like, you're too formal. I said, well, look, this ain't gonna work because if you can't get put on the calendar, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, how do you live your life? Like, just on the whim? Well, I'm always going to be busy whenever you hit me up on the same day, but I'm not going to lower what I feel like I need to do because you're not willing to do what it takes. So that let me know it ain't worth enough, for you. So these are the things that I feel like connecting to the spirit is going to get you to that place where you can really feel strong and where you're at. You're not worried about the tradition of religion per se, because I feel like there's a lot of religious things that can throw you off. It's not about that. There's going to be people that are fit. They're flawed. Every single person who had their hands in writing the Bible was a flawed person. It's not about that person. It's about that spirit that is giving these principles that even all these other religions probably they're all pulling from that same place. So yeah, I mean that's my thought is like you have to clear space. You can't be on your phone all the time. You can't be talking to people all the time. You have to have that space to just. When I got in my little bath, I told him, I was like, I'm in the tub right before we started here today. I got in there and I put my little sound bath music on. And I just closed my eyes and was like, Lord, what are you trying to say to me right now? Like, what do I need to be paying attention to?
Yes.
Give me some wisdom. Like, it's so much going on. I don't even know where to start. Like, it's just having those honest conversations to try to be in tune and recognizing that there's a bigger power that created you to be. And you got to figure out what that is. So that's my long speech.
Drops my
on the spirit.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you do to kind of connect? Like what are some of your practices?
So a few of my practices are like every day I definitely before I hit the floor, the goal is to always connect.
Yeah.
Pray. Make sure I read my Bible plan.
I see you up in there. She reads the Bible plan. Okay.
I read and I have my own, like I have a journal.
Mm-hmm.
And every week I like to journal and ask God for just to thank him. And then I'll have at the bottom, like, who am I praying for?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I want God to do? And then there's a little section that says what prayers have been answered.
I like that.
So I think, didn't I get
you did.
Okay. I don't know if I'm check in, but I definitely do that weekly. My Bible plans. And one thing I love to do is when I go bike riding, especially on Sundays, I just go by the lake and I sit right there and by the water and just take it all in. And just,
nature is healing.
Yes. And just talk to me because I feel like, when you connect, he will give you direction. I remember a time when I was like, I need focus.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me a scripture about focus.
Come on, somebody.
And I was like, and then this was the killing part. I connected with a friend. She was like, hey, I want to meet you, because she was at Dr. Span's office. She was like, I know you down the street. I got something for you. That bracelet had that scripture on it. I said,
in alignment.
God, so he just been like he was talking to me on the Mexico trip.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just be the simple little things, right? And I was like, I hear you, God.
That's what it is, though. It's just and seeing it in because he uses people.
He uses people.
He uses things. Yes. I told Kim, I said, me and my boys literally throughout this pandemic, we have become bird watchers. Okay, like I've become a bird watcher. They started picking up on the fact that I was super interested in it, and they started seeing it, and they're like, now they'll be like, Mom, there's a blue jay over there, whatever. But that's nature. Like watching that process. Sometimes I just sit out there and I just watch them, and I'm like, if God designed this, and they got their own little ecosystem going on, like I know I got, like he cares. If he got his eye on the sparrow, I know he watching me. Come on,
Listen,
somebody.
he even speaks through music, right?
Yes.
I will put on just random, right? I could connect my phone and randomly a song will come.
Yes. And speaking of that, one of our guests, I'm about to pull it up right now.
Okay.
That we had on here, Miss Tony Jones.
The
She has a
affirmation
new
musician.
yes, Miss Tony Jones. She has a new mixtape. It's called Get Your Mind Right, the mental
Yes.
health mixtape
Whoa! And
for mental health awareness
Awareness
month.
Month.
So and she got okay, so listen to the titles, okay? Letter to Self, I Got This, Back in Love, Tony's Story, number 1. Like Summertime. Now these are music from songs that you are familiar with. So we
Yes.
listened to the
On Friday.
we went to the listening session that she had, a private listening session. So we got to hear all the songs and they are slamming. Crown Me, Dear Men, Tony's Story number 2, To Be Well, Mask Off. Hey, and it's to that beat.
Right. I love it.
Tony's Story number 3, I Want Me Around. I like that one. I Want Me Around.
I love it.
Y'all got it. It come out. Oh, it's already out. By the time this is out, it came out on Monday. Just Right, Tony's Story number 4, and then there's a bonus track. Go and download it right now. That is going to be a part of your
mental
well-being. Like that, you got to find things like that speak positive into your life. Like these are the type of things that we need to be doing because there's so much negativity out there at work, at everywhere, like the grocery store. It could be anything. So fill yourself with as much positivity as possible. That's going to be my
she's actually one of my routines.
Yes, definitely. My son's like, you've listened to this so many times. Why you keep listening? I'm like, because it's
I know when we were on the beach, he was like, "Oh, what do you?"
He's like, "You keep listening to this over and over," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I need it. It's healing."
And there's actually another chick. I actually have a whole meditation playlist.
Anyway. I know. I have it downloaded.
But Sheila Marie, she's also another one, and she has one for kids. So I'll send that to you. But yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. This was a great episode. I'm glad we did.
Great.
This is definitely dedicated to Mental Health Awareness Month in May.
Yes. Happy belated Mother's Day. We said it last week, but we'll say it again this week because mothers just are amazing. So we need to continue to big y'all up. Go to boldblackgirls.com, get your Bold Black Girls t-shirt for your mom. Or yourself or your daughter. Get you a mug. Bold Black Girl. Ours says Bold Black Girls Podcast. Yours would say Bold Black Girl, just like this though, with a little crown.
And baby, look, I put on my conference call
for those who
this
are
girl was
watching
like,
us.
"Okay, be bold then."
And I drink out of these on my work calls too. I'll be like bold. So we appreciate y'all. We love you. Please download, rate, review, subscribe, share this with your friends. This is our 91st episode. We're almost at 100.
It's the consistency for me.
My God. It is the consistency, girl, for real. That's really what this has been. It is a straight up case study on how consistent can Aries be? Because I got commitment issues.
Me too. I told you I don't even sign contracts to the gym. So
this has been a journey. And I have seen the growth just over, since we started this. And so I'm super proud about it.
I am too.
Thank y'all for listening. We love you. We hope you have a bold week. And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.